Today's topic is about eddy current loss. So we can call it as I square R loss also. So the power loss is given by the formula due to eddy current is K B square T square F square B. Now what is K? Coefficient of eddy current. So it depends on the nature of the magnetic material. So this K. B is the maximum flux density. That is unit is Webers per meter square. So it is B square. And T is the thickness. So if you serrate it, the core, so the thickness will reduce. So thickness square. F is the frequency. So you are giving a current. So it will have frequency. So it depends on if it is 50 Hz means the impact will be low. Suppose if it is 1 kilo means frequency is increased, therefore the loss also will increase. Frequency, and V is the volume of magnetic material. So we will come to this in detail now. So the idea is you have a core. Why we use the core? We want to increase the magnetic flux density. Suppose if you have two windings as in transformer, primary winding and secondary winding. From primary you want to transfer the energy through magnetic coupling to the secondary. So you want a maximum efficiency. For that you will make use of core. So this core, assume if it is solid. If it is a solid, pure solid without any serrations, that means here if you see T is the thickness. If thickness increases, what will happen? The loss in the magnetic material will increase. So the thickness has to be reduced. So how to reduce the thickness? If you have a particular volume, you serrate it so that the thickness of individual sheets now will be very, very thin. Therefore, the power dissipated in the magnetic material, or generally call it as a core, will be less. Then we talk about frequency, I told you. Then the volume. Volume means this dimension, the dimensions of the core. So the length, so this dimension, assume if it is purely a solid, so the length, breadth, height and breadth. So that gives the volume. If that volume is minimum, is very low, then the power dissipation is also very low. Now, in between these two, you have air gap. So the flux lines will go from here to here. Okay. Now we will understand the basic concept of eddy current. Suppose if you give a current through the coil, assume there is no secondary coil. Now the current equation is Im sin omega t plus phi. If you give DC, it's a dead short. The coil is a dead short. So if you are giving an alternating field current, therefore it creates a alternating flux, magnetic flux. So this flux goes all around the core. We know by Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So whenever there is a change in flux, an EMF is induced in the material. So here the material is a magnetic material. So because of this, what will happen is an EMF is induced. And this material by itself will have some resistance. Okay. Therefore, a current will start flowing in the magnetic material. That is called as eddy currents. Now, how this eddy current is created? Because of the current that we try to pass through the coil. This coil will create a magnetic field, and that magnetic field is a magnetic flux, is an alternating flux, and that will try to cut the magnetic material, which has its own resistance. Therefore, because of the voltage and because of the current, a current flowing in a magnetic material, we call that it as eddy currents. Okay. So the idea is now how to minimize this eddy current. We cannot totally avoid it, but how we can reduce. So what are the parameters we have in our hand? First, if you see K, coefficient of eddy current, this depends on the nature of the magnetic material, this value. So suppose if you are using some material, you try to see this value is minimum, K, you choose that kind of material, okay. So this is one thing. Second thing is magnetic flux density, which is Webers per meter square. So magnetic flux density is B, that is phi by A. So the magnetic flux increases, magnetic flux density also increases. So magnetic flux density, how it will increase? If the magnitude of the current, this Im, is maximum, then you will have maximum magnetic flux density, okay. Next, the thickness. If you use as a single piece, then the loss is high. If this value bring to lower value, that means if you serrate it, cut it into small perforated sheets, thin sheets, then this T value, thickness will reduce. The thickness of the material will, magnetic material will reduce. Therefore, you can reduce the power loss in the core. Then we have frequency. As I already told you, sine omega t plus pi. This is the initial angle. It can be 0 also. Now omega is 2 pi. So now if you have 50 Hertz operation, so 50 Hertz square, the power dissipation. Now suppose the operating frequency is 1 kilohertz or 1 megahertz. What will happen? This is increased frequency. And that to square, it is a higher value. Therefore, the power dissipated in the core magnetic material is high. And finally we have the volume. So first thing, this volume and thickness are interrelated. You can have volume if you reduce the volume and serrate it, make it as a thin sheet of core. Thereby you can reduce the power dissipated in the core. Okay. So the idea is, these are the factors by which we can reduce the eddy current loss. Generally it is called I square or loss. So we are giving a current, that current goes through the coil, it sets up the magnetic field, the alternating magnetic flux strikes the magnetic core and EMF is induced. So that EMF induced is in the magnetic material. The magnetic material will have a resistance. Because of that, an electric current flows. Of course, it flows through the sheet and through the air gap, both. Okay. So now we have to minimize. So these are the parameters that boost the power dissipated in the core. Okay. So mostly this power is highly wasted, not at all used. But there are certain applications by which we can make use of this eddy current loss into a useful one. Automatic braking in Indian railways, wheel braking and all. Okay. So those kind of applications we will see in some other video. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Nandri.